That's why they're smiling. Chip Cravaack is going to join us. I don't see him on my screen, guys. Is the congressman ready to go? Okay, well, then you pop him up because I don't see him. Congressman, this is John Williams. You're on WCCO, but you're not on WCCO yet. Congressman's going to be joining us in just a second, perhaps. So where are you guys? You want me to take a break and we'll have more time with him?
John, I hear you loud and clear.
Hey, we hear you too. Congressman, thanks for joining us. How are you?
I am excellent. I'm up here. I just left Proctor. Good news is nobody was hurt. Nobody had any major damage to some of their homes, and nobody was killed. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, so tell me what you've seen, because every reporter from Channel 4, any of our radio reporters that have come up, gone up and come back, they all have something that, jumped out at them. What was most startling or impressive to you?
We have a lot of infrastructure damage, and I am very concerned about the infrastructure damage because of commerce. We have to get our taconite from the mines to the dock, and we have to get limestone from the dock to the mines. And I'm very concerned about that in the aspect that the rails have been, all the railheads have been shut down. We are trying to do it by trucks, but a lot of our roadways are also shut down, so they're going down roads that really haven't been built for that kind of traffic. So they're tearing up the roads that we have, but we have to keep these mines going. We have to keep people employed. Sappi Paper Mill in Cloquet is shut down because of the high water. Also, the dam so close to that is questionable at this point. So there's infrastructure has taken a big hit. Tube 10, I don't think I could have done a better bombing run. It is really bad. I have never seen that type of destruction on a road before. I mean, whole sections. And one of the things that I found out just flying with the State Patrol is that a levee broke, and the massive amounts of water that flew out of this levee going down to a stream, the volume and force of that water is one of the reasons that so much damage has occurred.
Well, I hate to beg the obvious, but that's it, isn't it? I mean, a lot of places have, Cannon Falls got 9 inches of rain too, but it wasn't on that incline. It was just the velocity of the water as much as it was the amount of water. That's
correct. And Duluth in particular, is down at the base of a hill.
Yeah.
So all this water was rushing down through Duluth, and Mayor Ness has done an excellent job. That's what's so the fantastic makes me smile about this story is the resiliency of Minnesotans. How people have just stepped up, volunteers, Red Cross, a lot of workers that were on vacation have come back and said, hey, we want to volunteer to get back in and to help. The Duluth Police Department, the State Highway Patrol have just done a fantastic job. The Coast Guard has done a fantastic job in keeping people safe and making sure that, we're trying to get back to normal as quickly as possible.
Congressman Chip Cravaack's on the line. He's in Proctor right now, the 8th District Congressman. What about flood insurance, and how whole are these people going to be made after all of this?
Yeah, John, that's an excellent question. I'm in a convoy right now with Senator Franken, and Senator Klobuchar was here a little bit earlier, but had to leave for another function. But that's been on our minds all day as well. All 3 of us, have already 2 days ago contacted FEMA and said, hey, we need to get in there. You need to start paying attention to this. And to their credit, District Director Velasquez said that they had a GO team ready to go, just waiting for the state. That GO team hasn't been activated now. They will be here on Monday, and that will be one of the things that we will be taking a look at is making sure that hopefully people have flood insurance, but if they don't, I mean, not too many people living on a high hill have flood insurance.
Right.
We have to figure out a way to help these people out as much as we can. And the big news, the big thing that we have to make sure that everybody understands is the 8th District and Duluth are still open for business. Call 511. There's ways of getting around up here. Do not cancel your plans coming up for resorts. Or Duluth is open for business, and we're getting back to normal as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have, because if you have insurance for a fire and your house burns down, then the fire insurance pays for the house. But if you don't have fire insurance, the insurance company isn't going to write you a check. When something cataclysmic and unexpected like this happens, and I don't know if I would have flood insurance, so now my house is wiped out. Does the federal government have funds, and how do you get in line for that?
Well, that's one of the things that FEMA is going to have to answer. I mean, those are the questions that we're going to be asking as representatives of the area to FEMA. If you don't have flood insurance, then how can we get low-interest loans to these people that are going to need it? Now, we talked to a gentleman today that had a small little hotel and where they had permanent residence. And, he's up on a hill, but he had a creek right by it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this torrent of water came by and just, made everything unstable. The road, you can't even get, the road is gone basically to the front of him. But he's going to need, either he's going to go out of business or he's going to need some kind of low-interest loan to try to get back on his feet. It's
like somebody came up and picked up the roads and shook them like a sheet, just went whoom, and they went up in the air, and then they all came down in the right place, but they're all wrinkled. The streets are just ruined, some of them.
Oh, and, we haven't seen all the damage yet, because when I was touring the Duluth area, I noticed there was a pothole, and I went down and looked at the pothole. Now, if you look down underneath there, all the underground structure of that is washed away.
Yeah.
So the pothole's there, and you're waiting for the rest of the road to cave in. So even though the damage we are looking at right now is significant, there is going to be much more to this story, where roads are going to have to be ripped up and
no kidding,
a new base in there.
How about this?
This has been a major event. They call it a 500-year flood. This is a major event.
Do we know I should ask Adam in the newsroom or the guys down the hall, but I mean, what's the injury or death toll been on this? Relatively clean.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard the story about the little boy that got sucked down a gully, and went a half a mile down the road.
Yeah.
We were very blessed that no one was killed. I have not heard of any major injuries.
I haven't either. Yeah.
All
right.
About Moose Lake. I'm still very concerned about Grand Rapids. This isn't over yet. This is just a story that's starting to unfold.
Yeah, Congressman, we're starting to lose you now.
Where's entering? So this is a major event, and people are going to need help. I'm sure Al and Amy and I are going to be fighting very hard to make sure that happens.
Chip Cravaack from the 8th up in Proctor. Listen, thanks for your time this afternoon, Congressman. Our best to you and our best to everybody up in Duluth. Thanks for your time today.
You bet. Take care. All the best now.
Likewise. Bye-bye. 421.